Neural mechanism of learning and memory means how knowledge acquisition and information are stored in the brain. Education is the process through which individuals gain new knowledge or enhance their existing knowledge and skills. This is due to the concept of neuroplasticity that refers to the brain ability to change and adapt by concurrently forming new neural connections. Neuroplasticity embodies the capability of the brain to change or even rewired for uh, accommodating the new experiences, new conditions, or even coming back into a new form of functionality after a mishap. This plasticity characteristic is perhaps one of the important factors in learning because it enables the brain to be in a constant state of development and enhancement. Uh, some of the some of the major limbic regions that relate to the learning as well as memory include the hippocampus, the amygdala, and the prefrontal cortex, which is mainly formed in the. It is also very particularly involved in the creation of new memories in a way of that it stores new memories for a temporary period, then transfers them to other areas of the brain that are responsible for long-term memory storage. The next structure is particularly relevant uh, to emotions and is responsible for memories and association of different emotions with certain events and objects. So further, it is also involved in the prefrontal cortex. In contrast, it is responsible for the complex operations that are performing more often in our minds, such as planning, decision making and solving problems. It also has a functions in working memory that retains and processes information for short-term period of time to long-term period of time. And LTP, being a model of synaptic plasticity, is very significant brain when it comes to brain or learning as well as memory in the brain. LTP is defined as synaptic augmentation process through which several neurons get coupled for efficient communication with one another due to repeated stimulation of the synapses. This strengthens the brain's channels of absorbing, storing, and recalling information, and this is the neurological basis of connection is activated. The quicker and more efficiently the given neural pathway is fixed, that facilitate the transfer of messages across a gap known as synapse between two neurons, and these are said to play a role in the processes of learning and memory. This amino acid is the first glutamatergic excitatory and neurotransmitter in the CNS and is more important in the modulation of synaptic plasticity and LTP. Another important neurotransmitter that we have find in the brain is dopamine, and which relates to the reward and incentive motivation. It aids in learning by creating cues which inform a creature that something is desirable or significant so that valuable interactions and studying can occur. Moreover, memory consolidation is another crucial factor, which is the process of transforming the short term memory to the long term memory. Sleep is also another factor that is known to play this role. The pertinent practice is during sleep, especially deep sleep and REM, which means rapid eye movement. The brain then cements what was learned while awake through development of the new synaptic connections. These are the process of reestablishing and strengthening certain sets of connections and are very important for the consolidation of a memory and its stabilization. So which is also called less sleep may impact memory and learning. Therefore it is important that proper sleep regime is followed. It is beneficial to get a broader perspective of such mechanisms, whether in teaching and learning or in the management of diseases. Thus, in the sphere of learning, knowledge of how the brain educates will help to implement techniques. For instance, the utilization of spaced repetition and engagement in active learning in order to improve the retention of knowledge. In the field of medicine, understanding of such mechanisms will enable doctors to provide effective therapy to the patients suffering from the conditions such as Alzheimer's disease, and thus enhance the rehabilitation process of people with impaired cognitive abilities. Acquiring knowledge about the learning and memory derivation reveals not only how knowledge is acquired and stored in the brain, but also how this knowledge can be optimized to give us a better way of learning and enhancing memory. Thank you.